Hello everybody, this is John Stiles with First Select. I'm really excited to be bringing you another multifamily investment opportunity in the Twin Cities. And I'm going to be putting together a few videos to highlight different aspects about this opportunity so that you can decide if it's a good investment for you. Just to start off here, let me give you some highlights. The property is located in South Minneapolis. It's made up of 8 residential units. This is an affordable housing property. It includes one additional buildable lot, and it is priced at $105,000 per unit. And this would be ideal for somebody who's looking for a long-term hold and a development opportunity. Over the course of these videos, I'm going to be talking to you about the location of the property, the housing market overall, several property facts, the property financials, of course, which includes the rent roll, the expenses, the net operating income, the return on investment that is expected with the property. And we'll be talking about the 40 affordable housing program, which is part of this property. And then we'll be looking at the value add opportunities that comes with the deal. And lastly, we'll be considering why this deal makes sense for you. So in this first video, we'll be talking about the location. Now, when we look at statistics for any given market, we typically talk about the metropolitan statistical area. And the way that this one is set up, it includes parts of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, Minnesota, and even parts of Wisconsin. It is made up of 15 counties. It is the 16th largest MSA in the United States and the 3rd largest MSA in the Midwest. It has a population of 3.8 million people. And just to show you how this compares to other MSAs in the Midwest, Chicago ranks at the largest with 9.6 million. Detroit is the second largest with 4.4 million. And the Minneapolis Metro is at 3.7, as we've touched on here, followed by St. Louis at 2.8 million. So hopefully that gives you some context of how large of a metro we're talking about. Now, typically, when we talk about the Twin Cities, it's a more zoomed in, focused area. It's just the 7-county metro that's shown here on the screen. And you can see right in the center is Minneapolis and St. Paul, and those are the 2 major cities that make up the Twin Cities. St. Paul, of course, is our capital of the state of Minnesota, and Minneapolis is the larger of the 2 cities. But this 7-county metro area has a population of 3.25 million. So again, it's a good portion of that larger 3.7 million that we talked about in the 15-county metro. We are experiencing slow but steady growth, and that's pretty typical for a Midwest region or Midwest market. You know, we don't have huge inflows and outflows of people like some of the coastal regions or the southern regions in the United States. We're more of a slow and steady growth, which has its pros and cons, you know. But a couple of things that are good to know about the Twin Cities is we have a very strong labor force that exceeds 2 million people. That's 72% of our population and is a very high number when you look at participation rates among large U.S. metros. Another great feature about our metro here is the diverse and resilient economy. We have 15 Fortune 500 companies, and they span a variety of different industries like healthcare, finance, and tech. And this is really an ideal situation to have as opposed to other markets which might be really dominated by either a single company or a single industry, or maybe just a couple industries. The fact that we have several different industries that are present here and doing well, they're thriving here, is really a testament to our overall market and the situation we have here. And it's all creating a great housing demand, which, as we'll discuss here, is outpacing the inventory of properties that are available. So just to highlight those 15 companies that are in the Fortune 500, you can see hopefully some names that you recognize, such as General Mills, Xcel Energy, we've got Target and US Bank. The locations that they're at, the cities are listed on the screen here, as well as the industries, which again are a diverse marketplace between healthcare, retail, banking, food processing. All of these types of things are present here and makes the Twin Cities a really strong economy to be invested in. All right, well, let's focus in here on the city of Minneapolis. As I mentioned, it is the neighboring city of St. Paul. It's the Twin Cities. And just to show you how it compares, again, by population, Minneapolis has the larger population of 421,000 compared to 299 over in St. Paul. And we are, again, on a steady but slow growth process. We're expected to reach 500,000 residents by 2050. One thing I do like to point out about the city of Minneapolis is that we do not have rent control. I know that if you're coming in from out of the Twin Cities, you might not realize that because our neighboring city, St. Paul, has made the news nationally by passing rent control in their city. But it's important to understand and recognize that this is specific to St. Paul and does not apply to Minneapolis. Now, there are some in Minneapolis who have been proposing it in the city, but as of right now, it is not a part of the city code. Now, in any marketplace, in any large city, you're going to have some negative news that comes across, and it's easy to focus on the negatives. But, really, Minneapolis presents a really great quality of life. We've consistently been ranked among the best U.S. cities for livability, for excellent parks, bike infrastructure, cultural amenities, among other things. We're really attracting an educated workforce. Nearly 50% of adults hold a bachelor's degree or higher. And here are just some of the positive news highlights of why Minneapolis is a great place to live, to work, and to invest in. Now I'm going to zoom in even further to the neighborhood of Powderhorn Park, which is where this property is located at. You can see on the map here, Powderhorn Park is basically like a rectangle, and this property that we are selling on 15th Avenue is just at the northern boundaries of this neighborhood. Now, I'm going to give some personal anecdotal commentary about this park in this neighborhood. I've not lived in the neighborhood, but I've lived very close to the neighborhood on either side, Central neighborhood and Corcoran neighborhood, so both within walking distance. And Powderhorn Park has been one of the parks that we've taken our kids to very often. They've enjoyed playing on this particular playground. They've enjoyed swimming in the pool. We've enjoyed having picnics in the park and walking around Powderhorn Lake. It's really a great place for families, kids, and the like. So, as you can see, again, on this map, the property that we have for sale is located at 3033 15th, just to the north and to the east of the lake. And here's a couple of things to note about this neighborhood. It's really a central neighborhood for South Minneapolis. Like I mentioned, I haven't lived in the neighborhood, but I've lived very close to it, and it has drawn in myself and my family to visit very often. The park itself is made up of 66 acres, so it's a really great feature of the city and of the neighborhood. It's got the lake, it's got sports courts, playgrounds, walking trails. And it also features annual events like the May Day Parade, the Powderhorn Art Fair, and other events which draw in people from the immediate neighbors to those around South Minneapolis and beyond. And this property, like I mentioned, is just to the north. It's close to Lake Street, which is a lively mix of restaurants, local shops, cultural destinations. So it's really a great place to be close in proximity to those that might be working near Lake Street or enjoying the cultural diversity that's present there. And here's just a photo of one of the events that has taken place at the park. So far we've covered the location of this property. I'm going to talk more in depth about these other features of why you should consider investing in this deal in the following videos. But thank you for tuning in so far. I look forward to talking to you in the next video.